Overfishing occurs when fish and other marine species are caught faster than they can reproduce. Current fishing regulations allow a potential situation in which the entire fish stock will collapse by 2050 unless drastic changes are made. The highest amount of overfishing takes place in very poor countries where there are no adequate regulations to punish poachers. Some species are already experiencing near extinction, such as the Atlantic bluefin tuna, which might be extinct in the next 3 years. Fishing regulations must be strengthened because predator loss, destructive fishing techniques, and habitat reduction could lead to a collapse in our world fisheries in the next 4 decades. The fishing ecosystem has a chain reaction effect, and the loss of predators has caused major ecological damage. In a Natural News interview, Professor of Marine Biology named Boris Worm says, "Our research established the large proportion of these creatures, like tuna, billfish, and shark, have declined by up to 90%. Sharks have been greatly overfished because of the high demand for shark fin in Asian markets." A Save Our Seas Foundation article written in 2010 states that 96% of all threats posed to sharks are caused by fishing. 57% are caused by bycatch, and 31% from commercial fishing. In North Carolina, the blacktip reef shark's removal has caused a collapse of old bay scallop fisheries. When this shark was removed, it allowed its main prey, the cow-nosed ray, to gain in numbers and to expand into new areas that were previously dominated by sharks. The rays then fed the scallops to a point where recovery might not be possible. According to the Memphis Ocean Program in the Mediterranean Sea, sharks have diminished to 3% of what their population was 200 years ago. After the novel Jaws by Peter Venture was published in 1974, sharks were hunted and killed and are believed to be evil animals. Recently, organizations such as the Save Our Seas Foundation have been trying to raise awareness of depletion predators to sharks to try and save a collapsing aquatic ecosystem. Current fishing methods produce large amounts of bycatch. Bycatch is defined by the Webster Dictionary as the portion of commercial fishing catch that consists of marine animals caught unintentionally. These fishing methods will result in the crash of the total fish population. Bottom trawling is one of the most destructive ways to fish and produces large amounts of bycatch. Bottom trawling involves dragging a net between 2 trawl doors that each weigh several tons across the ocean bed. This form of fishing destroys the ocean bed while scooping up many unwanted fish. More than 27 million tons of fish are discarded each year from using this method. According to the Save Our Seas Foundation, these fishing techniques are also catching many unwanted birds, such as the albatross. Nearly 100,000 albatross die each year as a result of bycatch. Of the kinds of trawling, shrimp trawling is the most destructive because it produces 1/3 of the world's bycatch, but it only produces 2% of the world's seafood. Trawling nets meant for yellowfin tuna unintentionally catch more than 300,000 dolphins, whales, and thousands of endangered sea turtles each year. Habitat reduction is a factor in the rapid depletion of fish stock that must be replenished. Overfishing practices such as bottom trawling and fish farming destroy the aquatic ecosystem, making fish populations decrease because of lack of breeding grounds. Mangroves, trees that exist in the ocean coastline, serve as the home for many land and marine species and can also be a nursery for growing fish. 35% of all mangroves have been destroyed in the past few decades. These mangroves have been destroyed by the development of the coastline, agriculture, and tourism. The mangroves also help people by protecting the coastline during storms. In 2004, during a tsunami in Southeast Asia, regions with mangrove suffered less damage than regions without. This is a Save Our Seas Foundation article written in 2010. According to Dr. Boris Worm, pollution has also greatly affected our oceans. In the previously mentioned article, he says, if you look at coastal areas, you see a lot of pollution impacts, particularly those of nitrification, which is the runoff of nutrients through agriculture and sewage and so on, which has caused some coastal ecosystems to be greatly damaged and even collapsing in some cases. Coral reefs are also a major sanctuary for many fish and occupy less than 1% of the ocean's surface, yet are home to 1/4 of all marine species. These reefs are very fragile, slow-growing organisms and are being destroyed by ocean acidification, warming waters, and destruction through development. Algae blooms are also the cause of many dying coral reefs. Algae blooms are created when excess nutrients from fertilizer are added to the water. water allow for mass amounts of floating algae to smother the reefs, blocking them from sunlight. At first, these clumps of algae produce oxygen, and as they die, they sink to the bottom and are dissolved by bacteria. Bacteria then multiplies, using all of the oxygen and nutrients in the water, which suffocates all bottom-living fish and shellfish and creates places called dead zones. Dead zones are defined by the Save Our Seas Foundation article written in 2010 as areas of ocean along the coast where the water at the seafloor has become completely deprived of oxygen, killing all life. There are more than 400 dead zones in the world, covering 250,000 square kilometers of seafloor. If fishing regulations are changed to protect mangroves and coral reefs, the ocean habitats could thrive, allowing fish to regain population. The dying fish stock can be saved if prevent fishing of top predatory fish, improve fishing techniques to lower bycatch, and repair destruction of fish habitats. Minor efforts are not enough to save fish populations. For example, in 2012, quota cuts were made by the New England Fisheries Management Council to save the dying cod species, but they are not enough. And recent science shows that the reductions made were too small to save the cod species. There are instances where dying fish species has been saved, such as swordfish and striped bass along the American East Coast and cod stocks along the Georges Bank off the coast of Maine. If these current fishing practices do not change, our aquatic ecosystem will be entirely destroyed.